How's it going, guys? Bibi here with another figure review. So today I'm going to be reviewing this beautiful Maki figure. I finally have her. So this here is Love Live School Idol Festival's Maki Nishikino 1/7 scale figure by Ulta. She was new off of Ami. I was really lucky to get her new, but I had to pay a whopping price of 20,280 yen. So that's around about 260 New Zealand dollars with shipping. She was rather expensive. She is one of the harder figures to get alongside Rin and Katori, although Katori has gotten a re-release, so we never know. Rin and Maki may get a re-release. She was released in September of 2016 and I didn't end up getting her then, so that's why I'm so happy to finally have her. I cannot wait to open her up. As you see, I have two other Ulta figures back here that I'm going to be reviewing down the track as well. I just wanted to show you guys that. But today we're going to be talking about Maki, having a look at her box because the Ulta boxes are always so beautiful, and have a closer look at this beautiful, beautiful Maki as well. So let's get into it. Here she is in her box. Ulta's boxes are always so beautiful. On the side you can see a picture of Maki, the back of her. They've got a really nice photo. And then on the back you get to see a signature and saying that it's Maki and Ulta, Love Live, all the logos. And then on the other side you get to see a front view of Maki. And then coming around onto the front you can see Ulta's logo, Love Live, and Sunrise's sticker of authenticity. On the bottom you can also see another sticker of authenticity, so you know that this is an authentic figure. Like always, there are some tabs on the side, but because this was second-hand, those aren't actually there. Normally there would be 3 sellotape tabs on the sides and on the back. So let's get into this figure. We'll pull Maki out. It's a hefty figure, a little bit heavy. On the bottom you can see that there are some instructions on how to put her hat on. I'm sure I can figure that out myself, but if you need them, they're there. So let's take a closer look at Maki. She's in her blister pack. The blister packs are easy to open. First up we've got her little lantern that comes with her. It looks like that. It's got a lot of detail in it. It's really nice. I actually quite like this accessory. There's a little bat on the top being held by a rope. We take a look at Maki's hat. Her hat is rather simple, but I think that the simplicity of it is really nice for this because Maki has a lot of detail, but it does have a lot of intricate little things like the lacing and the roses. It's all made very well for something that's so simple. Then we've got the little shawl that sits on her head. It has bats and a glossy look on the front, but then if you flip it underneath there is actually a texturing to that plastic, which is quite interesting. You know, they've gone into that extra detail of making it look like it's netted. Now we'll take a look at Maki's base. It's simple like all the other bases, except she has a silver and red look to it. Here's Maki herself. She is amazing. The camera just doesn't pick up that vibrant look of her hair, but as you see her hair does have a lot of different reds in it, dark reds, light reds, just low and light tones, which is really nice. They even hid that seam line really well with how they did her hair. I'm trying to get a good look at the coloration of her hair so that you guys can see it, but the camera's just not picking up how vibrant her hair actually is. Take a look at her clothes and her face. It's all really pretty. I love that translucent look of plastic that's on her shirt. It just kind of makes that figure. Then you come around and look at the back of her shirt. There's little intricate details there. You don't get to see it that often because the shawl is sitting over it. Her skirt has a lot of little details as well, and if you flip her over you can see that she is wearing some black panties. So let's put the shawl on and we'll see how well that hat actually stays on. It does have a magnet inside and it looks like that it's actually quite well made. It has a lot of force to it, so it's not going to fall off. And then if we put her lantern into her hand, it sits in there really easily. It's easy to put it in and it doesn't look like it's going to fall out of her hand either, which is great. So let's take a 360 look at Maki. She is beautiful from every angle. She has so much movement. Her pose is really nice. The paint job is beautiful. The sculpt is beautiful. I absolutely love this figure. It's one of my favourites out of the Ulta collection. I just love how the figure looks from the back as well. Just all those little details in the shawl. If we take a closer look at her, zoom in, you get to see all those extra little details, the roses, the frills, even the paint job on her leggings is really nice as well. And that kind of shine that she has on her boots is an extra little touch. I love it. If we come back up, we'll have another quick look. I just love the paint job on this figure. Everything comes together really well, and just the extra little details here and there with the bats and the crosses. She looks very gothic. So I've had this Maki for a little while now and I absolutely love her. I loved her so much when I first saw her. I love her even more now that I've got her. So starting off with the base, I love the way that the base has the red and the silvers. I think that it looks absolutely beautiful together. It's a very standard base. It's the same kind of base as the rest of the figures of this line, but there's just something about the red that looks so nice with it. If you head down to the boots, she has some really nice looking boots. They're really cute. I like the different colours that you have there, like the silver and the fact that there's the purple and the reds. Although when I look at the little rose that is on the top of the boot, I kind of feel that with it being a silver and it's sitting on top of silver, it doesn't pop out as much. I feel that it would have looked so much nicer if it was like a red or a purple or just some other colour, especially because we've got red roses all out this figure. I think that it would have looked nicer if it was a red, and it just doesn't have that much detail, I suppose because it is very small, but they could have sculpted it maybe a little bit better. If you look in the little bow that we've got here, you can actually see that inside all the bows there are little bats, silver bats, and they are adorable. I absolutely love that extra little touch, and the way that they actually carved them out looks really nice. They don't look shoddy at all. There's no problems with the paint job. All over this figure the paint job is beautiful. I have not seen any issues with the paint whatsoever, which is great considering these figures are reasonably expensive. Ulta is actually really good with their paint jobs. They don't usually make any mess ups, any defects, any bubbles or anything like that, which is great. Her pose is actually really nice. I absolutely love Maki's pose. I feel that it's very kind of cheeky and saucy and very cute. I love how she's got her little leg out, and it looks really nice with the boots as well. If we look at her stockings, I think that the stockings are really nice. I like the way that they have done the paint job with the netting, and it kind of gives off a little bit of a spooky fence feel. Like when you think of Halloween and you think of kind of like a picket fence, or not a picket fence as such, it's like an iron fence. It gives off that feel, especially with the little bits up the top. It looks more like a it definitely gives off a gothic feel. if we turn her around and we look at her underwear, she's actually wearing black underwear, and it even kind of looks like that she's wearing frilly knickers because it has a little bit of a frilly look to it, which I absolutely love. Going up to her skirt is really cute. I love the floofiness of it. That's not really a word, I know, but I love the waviness. I love just how much movement there is, and the colour and the paint job, especially on the underskirt, the paint job is beautiful. I love the little details that they've got here of like little lines at the bottom, kind of making it look like that it's slightly lacy, and then you've got the lacing at the bottom, and then with the little pop of red with the roses, look really nice. And that's what I was saying with the roses. When you have a close look at the roses, there are a lot of detail in these roses, which just make the figure look even better, even more expensive, which is always great. If we go up to Maki's stomach, you can see that she actually has a nice little shading area along her belly button and the middle of her stomach. So this figure, it doesn't have as much shading as maybe I would like on the skin, but in saying that, it's got enough. In the places that they need it, they've got enough, and that is definitely on the stomach because that's most of where you can see on her body. Go up and look at the little undershirt that she's wearing, the little blouse. I love that kind of translucent plastic that they've got on it. It's like a translucent grey, which looks really, really nice, and it works really well with this figure. And I also quite like the colour of it. I feel that if it was a white, it would be too bright. If it was a black, it would look too dark. So they've got a good combination of kind of a grey look instead. And then if you look at the blouse part of her boobs, you can see that she's not overly busty, but it gives her figure a nice form. And again, I absolutely love the detailing and the rose and the bow. The bow has the little bat in it. And then if you have a very close look at her bust, you can even see that there's a bit of lacing. And if we turn her around, you can even see on the back that there is a little bit of lacing as well along the back here. And even the little look of the bow on the back is really, really beautiful. It's really cute, and there's just a lot of little intricate details that went into this figure. If we go up to her hair, you can also see that there is a lot of shading in the hair. This Ultra series, that's one thing that I can definitely say with them, is that they all have beautifully shaded hair. And the seam lines on Maki's head is not very noticeable, to be honest. They've placed it so well that yes, you can tell there's a seam line there, but it is not noticeable whatsoever. If we go on to the shawl that Maki is wearing on top of her head, it sits on her head very nicely. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall off unless like you tip her backwards, and even then it does kind of stay on quite nicely, which it's molded to her head very well. I love the detail in this. It has a nice colour, it's the same kind of coloration as the shirt, and then if you take a closer look, there's bats and there are a lot of little crosses on it, and I love the glossy look on the outside, but if you look on the inside of this, it actually has a bit of a knitted look to it. It has a texture underneath, so I like the contrast of the knitted look underneath along with the shiny smooth look on the outside. I think it makes it come together very well. I feel that she doesn't look as nice just with this on without the hat. The hat itself is very plain and very simple, but it makes the whole figure work. I love the extra details that it has with the lace and the roses, like the whole figure, the whole outfit that she's wearing. And I also feel that she looks a bit weird without the shawl and with the hat on by itself. They both work very well together. Now, this hat actually has a magnet inside, and Maki's head has a magnet inside, just like all the figures that have removable hats in this series. But the thing that I feel with the magnet of Maki's is that it is the strongest out of all of these figures. The hat pops on quite nicely, and if I turn it upside down, it only just comes off. But it doesn't come off very easily. What I'm trying to say is that if you bump her, it doesn't feel like this is going to come off very easily. It actually snips down quite nicely, where the likes of Nico back here or my Hanio one, Hanio doesn't even feel like that it's got a magnet in it, where you can definitely tell with this one, which is great because you don't need the hats falling off all the time, to be honest. That's just annoying, and you're going to get things damaged if you're not careful. Now, if we move back down to Maki's arms, I love the whole knitted look again. I love how it is the same as the legs, and it all just works very, very well. And then if you look at Maki's hand, you can see that it looks like her gloves are kind of witchy, you know, she looks like a little witch. Now, if we look at Maki's face, the one thing that I have an issue with Maki is her face. It is cute and it's an okay expression, but I feel that it's not cheeky enough. With this pose of hers, I feel that her face, her expression needs to have an extra something in it, and it just kind of falls flat. Don't get me wrong, I love it. She does look very cute, but at the same time, she needs a little bit more attitude. It just does not quite work with the cheeky little pose that she's given us. If we look at Maki's little lantern, the accessory that she comes with, I really like this accessory, especially because it sits very well in her hand. It sits very snug and it's not going to fall out. If we look at the details, I'm not in love with the rope that she's holding on to. This is just a bit of a nitpick here, but I'm not in love with the rope that she's holding. It kind of feels like a wet towel. You know when you see people like roll up a wet towel and then they go and try and slap people with it? Yeah, it kind of just looks like that. I don't know. It looks like a ringed out towel. There are little intricate details on this lantern as well. If you look at the top, it kind of looks like a bottle with bat wings on it, and then you go down to the lantern itself and it looks like it's on. I love the coloration on it, and it even has the little spikes that go with this whole outfit in general. It's the same kind of spikes you see on her arms and the same type of spikes that you see on her legs, so it all fits very well together. Last up, you look at the back and she's got these weird, I don't even know what they are. It's like a little belt on the back and it's held together by yet another bat, which is really cute, and I feel that maybe they put these in mainly for extra movement's sake, but I kind of feel that I don't know what they are. Does she have little tails? I don't know, they look like belt pieces, but it doesn't really make sense. But I still love the fact that they've got them there because it all looks really nice together. So that's the main thing. And I love the fact that there is that little bat on the back, tying in with the whole Halloween theme. Because this figure here is based off of Love Live School Idol Festival's event Maki picture. And it's the idolized form, which, little story here, this is the very first Maki SR that I ever got. I think that it might have been the first ever idolized SR that I ever got on the game. So she kind of has a little bit more sentiment to her because of that as well. So all in all, I do really love this figure, and I highly suggest anyone picking up if you enjoy Love Live and you like pretty looking figures, because this is a beautiful figure. Now just be aware that this figure is very expensive, and you will be paying out the nose to get it, because I spent a good like over $200 to get it, as you found out at the beginning of the video. I can't remember exactly how much I said, but I'm hoping that they decide to do a re-release of this figure, mainly because they are starting to re-release some of the harder figures to get a hold of, so we'll just have to wait and see with that. So I hope you enjoyed this figure review. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure and whether you have this one. Are you going to pick it up? And if not, why do you think that you won't pick it up? Let me know all down there. I'm looking forward to reading them all. Make sure to hit the like button and share it out to all your friends while you're at it, because it helps out the channel a lot and it lets me know that you're enjoying these videos. While you're there, please check out the rest of my channel. I've got plenty of things on there, including anime news, anime figure reviews, and anime recommendations, so you won't get bored. I'm on social media. I've got Twitter and Facebook and a Discord, and I'll leave all the links down there in the description below, so make sure to check those out. If you want to see more from me and more videos like this, then please make sure to subscribe for a wide range of anime content. From Moe to Mika, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!